You know, replacing Joe Biden with Kamala Harris is like changing your shirt because you shit your pants. You didn't fix anything. I still can smell you. Hey, Kamala, she does different accents.
You better thank the union, mama, for sick leave. You better thank the union.
Depending on where she is, you know, down south. Let me tell you something. You boys better get it together here and vote. Save democracy. It was just great to see like Oprah and Bruce Springsteen, De Niro losing their mind. Didn't make any difference because like even the Amish people, they never vote. They're like, no, this time we're voting. Let's get the horse. Let's go. Come on, we're going there. Hey Oprah, you. We're going to vote for the first time ever. That's it.
This one's as explosive as it gets. Rob Schneider just unleashed a truth grenade so devastating. Kamala Harris is still scrambling, and the internet can't get enough. His takedown wasn't just funny, it was a harsh dose of reality for an already sinking campaign. So what did Schneider say that turned Harris, once the media's favorite, into the butt of every online joke? And how did it snowball into a full-blown digital roast? We've got every juicy detail. Buckle up, this one's hotter than Kamala's poll numbers, which means it's scorching.
You know, it's nobody voted for Kamala. They just said, okay, you're it. They did this in 2016. Bernie Sanders, he was the guy that got all the votes in the primary. Like, we just give it to Hillary. In 2020, just everybody drop out, just give it to Biden. Then this year, it's like, everybody figured it out. His brain doesn't work. Let's just give it. Here's what you have. You have somebody that nobody voted for, and you got somebody they tried to murder 2 times. Which one's probably going to hold up democracy?
Truth bomb number 1. Rob Schneider completely lit up Kamala. Even her own party wasn't behind her. Honestly, if not for the woke obsession with identity over merit, Kamala would have never been VP, let alone entertaining presidential dreams. Nobody knew who she was before the pick, and even now, no one can name a single achievement tied to her. Her speeches were all jumbled nonsense, and her initiatives were flat-out failures. Just a heads up, Bill Maher dropped a similar truth a few weeks ago, and the reaction was just as loud.
Issues that she's vulnerable on is the border. So she went to the border this week. She went to the border at Arizona. She used to be the border czar. She visited there. So interesting. Along with working at McDonald's, now that's 2 places she worked that have a convenient drive-through.
Let's be honest. Kamala's role as border czar was a historic flop, easily one of the worst ever. The border's in chaos, the data backs it, and Kamala's been MIA. But Schneider didn't stop there, he went in harder. Think about it, on one hand, you've got a candidate who wasn't even picked by her own voters. Placed there through identity politics and backdoor moves. No grassroots backing. No energy. Just staged theatrics. On the other hand, there's someone who nearly died twice just trying to run. That's grit. That's real leadership. So who's more fit to lead? The one gifted power for optics, or the one who fought for it? The answer isn't just clear, it's a full-blown lesson in what real leadership looks like.
She does different accents.
You better thank the union, mama, for sick leave. You better thank the union.
Depending on where she is, you know, down south. Let me tell you something. You boys better get it together here and vote. Save democracy.
And we're gonna do it again in 2024.
Black community, she's like, shit, let me tell you something, honey. Let me tell you right now, we ain't vote for Trump, I even saw her at a 7-Eleven going like, listen, it's very important that we vote for the Democrats. We're trying to save democracy here. We're trying to save democracy.
Truth bomb number 2. Schneider didn't pull punches. He called Kamala fake and performative, and he's got a point. Why? Because Kamala bent over backward to match every woke storyline, no matter how awkward. She constantly morphed her persona to match the crowd. Now sure, adjusting to your audience is part of politics, but switching your accent to seem relatable, that's not savvy, it's cringe. It screams inauthentic. Like a scammer pretending to care while trying to con you. And voters noticed. They weren't fooled by the forced smiles and weird pandering. They knew it was all a show, and they voted like it. Where's the lie? It wasn't just Kamala's awkward antics that turned people off. The whole woke playbook was full of lies, and Americans caught on. They lied about Biden being a strong leader. They twisted the narrative on January 6th, and it only got worse. Suddenly, men can get pregnant, women can be men. And biological males are dominating women's sports like science is optional. But here's the thing, the public's not buying it. They're sick of being lied to, sick of hearing that truth is offensive. The woke movement wasn't about fairness, it was about control. And when you lie that shamelessly, don't act shocked when voters snap back hard. That's not ignorance, it's people finally saying enough.
It was great to see Oprah and Bruce Springsteen, De Niro losing their mind. Didn't make any difference because even the Amish people, they never vote. They're like, no, this time we're voting. Let's get the horse. Come on, we're going there. Hey, Oprah, you, we're going to vote for the first time ever. That's it.
It's wild, but it's also painfully accurate. Woke liberals were so obnoxious and so ineffective in office that even people who swore never to vote changed their minds. That's how badly the Biden-Harris team performed. It wasn't just disappointment, it was catastrophe-level leadership, and get this, not even a Hollywood blitz could save them. All the glittery ads, emotional speeches, trending hashtags, nothing worked. Americans weren't buying it. No star power could distract from empty wallets, open borders, rising crime, and sheer incompetence. It was like taping a leaky ship with glitter. In fact, the more celebrities talked, the more voters tuned out. Regular folks didn't want lectures from millionaire actors in mansions while they struggled at the pump. When your agenda's a disaster, no selfie or PR stunt can cover it up. Voters saw through it and answered at the polls.
You know, replacing Joe Biden with Kamala Harris is like changing your shirt because you shit your pants. You didn't fix anything. I still can smell you.
One massive reason Kamala's campaign flopped and hardly anyone talks about it is Joe Biden himself. Let's be real, if Biden had even a halfway decent record, Kamala could have coasted to the presidency without breaking a sweat. But instead, his failures became her burden. From inflation and border issues to foreign policy disasters and sinking approval, Biden didn't just stumble, he collapsed. And Harris got dragged down with him. Every blunder from him became a strike. On her record, she had to pretend everything was fine, even while the administration was imploding. She didn't just inherit political gravity, Biden handed her an anchor and gave her a shove. And not even the media could rescue her from going down with him. Schneider's not only roasting officials, he's torching the entire woke agenda.
Everything okay? No. Are you mad? You okay?
No, you're not mad.
You're mad? That's okay. You know what the cool thing about it in America is? Free speech isn't the speech you like. Nice stuff's not what needs to be protected. It's the stuff that you hate that needs protection. So that somebody, like the government or you, doesn't get to decide what everybody else gets to hear. And you're more than welcome to disagree and write an act and get on stage and sell out like I just did.
Ever notice how woke liberals panic at the idea of free speech? It's like they're guarding something so fragile that a little truth could destroy it. Otherwise, what explains the hysteria? Why the rush to shut people up? They go all out, banning users, scrubbing posts, teaming with tech giants to crush ideas they don't like. And let's be honest, it's not about misinformation, that's just the excuse. It's about power. They want to control what people think and say, because once real dialogue begins, lies fall apart and double standards get exposed. That's the danger they fear. Their narrative survives only if it's never questioned. But let people speak freely, and suddenly the cracks show. That's why they fear free speech, not because it's dangerous, but because it works. It exposes just how shaky their whole script really is.
I just want to say something that's really important. What's happened under this administration, the Biden-Harris administration, and this affects all of you. They've secretly, not so secretly, put in the selective service back in. And I do not want any of you fighting on foreign soil. Any of you fighting on any wars.
Now you understand why Rob Schneider isn't holding back on the Democrats. He says it's not just politics, it's secret recruitment of Americans to fight foreign wars. Let that sink in. This isn't about left versus right. It's about quiet strategies that most citizens aren't even aware of. And if he's right, then you can bet they weren't planning to stop. In fact, if voters had handed them another 4 years, it likely would have gotten worse. More shadow campaigns, more involvement overseas, and more Americans caught in conflicts they never agreed to. That's the game you get when leadership operates behind closed doors. No transparency, no accountability. And here's the scary part. If Schneider hadn't spoken up, how many would still be clueless? That's why these conversations matter. Because when power isn't checked, it's the people who pay the price. And that's where we'll wrap this one up. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next round.